a more perfect union. He is, I tell you, Ben, we watch you, and we admire you. We pray for you.
Thank you. That's what's making a difference.
It is. It is. Let me start there. You're a Seventh-day Adventist. I'm a Mormon. Mitt Romney was a Mormon. They haven't even started on you yet. I have seen people try to get you to say, I think you and I, and I'm not talking about religiously, I'm talking about politically and in some ways religiously, believe many of the same things, of the times in which we live. And I've seen them dance around, and I thought, nobody is going for his throat yet. Are you ready for what's coming your way?
Yes, absolutely. They don't frighten me in the slightest.
What's coming your way?
Well, everything that they can possibly throw against the wall. They're already doing it, and it will intensify because they're looking for something that will stick. They've been every place I've ever been. They've talked to everybody I've ever known. It's funny when I talk to people, I hear how they're digging.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't care because there's nothing there.
They're coming after your faith, you know.
They're welcome to. I have a very good defense against that. I simply ask them a question back when they ask me a question.
What is the question?
So they say, you think God created the earth? I said, so you believe something came from nothing? Exactly how does that work?
I was just at the Mayo Clinic last week, and they were doing some brain scans on me to see if I had one. And they did a PET scan. And as they were going through the results, I sat back in my chair, and I said, I'm not going to ask you if you believe in God or not. I'm just going to say to you, how do you not believe in God? You don't even know how any of this stuff works.
Exactly.
You're bluffing. I am shocked at people, especially in your business, their lack of humility, I think it takes.
Well, particularly knowing how complex the human brain is.
Oh my gosh, how that came out of it. What, we put parts in a shoebox and shook it for 5 million years and that came out? I mean,
a promiscuous bunch of biochemicals.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Let me ask you what you do on your first day. You the minute you raise your hand.
I call for a joint session of Congress, and I make it very clear to them that with this administration, the people come first. The country is upformed by the people, not upformed by the government, and we work for the people. They don't work for us. And as one of my first declarations, I'll tell them I will not be signing anything that raises our spending by 1 penny. You do that for 3 to 4 years in a row, you got a balanced budget just like that. There'll be a number of other things, but we're going to become fiscally responsible. There's 645.
I listen. We're going to become fiscally. I've never heard anybody more soft-spoken, and I don't know. That's either going to go horribly wrong or it's going to work because
it's gonna work because we have control over it in the executive branch. There are 645 federal agencies and sub-agencies over which the executive branch has governance. And they will all cut their budget by 4%.
Let me go through some rapid fire here. Okay. Let's do yes or no questions. Okay. I know that's really hard, but let's try yes or no questions. How are you with warrantless NSA domestic spying?
Terrible. No, can't do it.
Nice. Border fence? Yes or no?
The right kind of fence. Yes.
What does the right kind of fence mean?
The right kind of fence means what has worked in the past, like in Yuma County, Arizona, a double fence with asphalt so you can get rapidly to point to point.
Okay. And the Border Patrol road.
Border Patrol. Yeah. And you
look at the fences that are in Israel. I mean, those. Oh my gosh. Those were
right. I've seen them. And
can I tell you something? As a journalist, I went to one of their border fences. I got out. You know, they're all raked. Right. The stands all raked. I got out. And the guy said, you don't want to do that. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to. By the time I finished arguing with him, the Border Patrol was on me saying, what are you doing here, sir? Right. I mean, it can work.
And you have to prosecute first-time offenders. You can't catch and release.
Find companies who hire illegals.
Absolutely.
Deport illegals.
If they qualify as illegals, I would give people the ability to register in a certain period of time, and if they have pristine records and they're willing to work as guest workers under the circumstances that we provide, they could stay, but they don't become citizens and they don't vote.
English, some of these questions are a little from 5 years ago or 8 years ago. English need to be the country's official language?
Of course.
Do you continue the war on drugs?
Absolutely.
You do?
I intensify it.
Let me ask you a question. How, I mean,